Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, I'm going to be doing kind of a breakdown of who many people believe is the best controller Fortnite player right now. And before I say who that is, leave me a comment down below with who you personally believe is the best controller Fortnite player. The player that we're going to be talking about today is Unknown X Army. Unknown's a player who's been one of the top controller players in the competitive scene for a while now, but probably hasn't really gotten the recognition that he's truly deserved. Well, at least for a while he didn't, but that's finally starting to change as of late. I believe he was the first controller player to qualify for the World Cup, he's almost always a top finisher in Cash Cups, and on Sunday, his team finished first in the squad's FNCS finals for NA East. And I actually saw an insane stat that Unknown Army actually got 43% of his team's total kills in the finals, which in squads is obviously just absolutely absurd. So what I want to do in this video is take a look at some recent clips from Unknown X Army and kind of analyze what makes him so incredibly dominant. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so one of the things that's always been so interesting to me about Unknown Army is how in control he looks while fighting. And what I mean by this is, when you watch someone like Mongrel or Benji, for example, everything they do is just so fast and flashy, it almost makes you sad because you know you'll never be able to do some of the things that they do with ease. But when I watch Unknown X Army play, I never really get that same vibe. Here's a clip from the FNCS final where he kills 4 to 5 well-known top players in the span of about 40 seconds. And as you're watching this clip, really try to pay attention to how simple and smooth he makes everything look.
Yo, I have to knock another one!
Nice!
I top so hard! Top the whole floor! Hard top!
Keep diving, just waste mats. Top 10, my friends. Stay alive. Right under us. Careful, I mean right over us.
Yeah, I'm spraying him.
I have 150 mats only.
Yeah, I not two of them! I got not two of them! Yo, get the mats! Get the mats!
Behind you. 100. I know, there's some lobbers over there. Nice. Good shit. Get his shit. I have floppers on my body.
Yo, it's just us versus side. Knock one down. He's one shot. He has no mask. He has no mask. Now one down. Towards.
So that right there was just a super chaotic situation that Unknown made look so much easier than it actually was. In that specific scenario, he didn't make any crazy edits, do any advanced high ground retakes, or hit any crazy flick shotgun shots. He just used great positioning, awareness of the location of enemies, and some creative thinking, especially with that play towards the end where he put the trap on the ground and then shot out 2 people so they fell onto it. It's hard to put it into words, but it seems like he's the one in control of every single fight that he takes. Now don't get me wrong though, I don't want to make it seem like Unknown doesn't have insane mechanical skill, because in reality, that couldn't be any further from the actual truth. I probably should have mentioned this in the intro, but he's actually so mechanically skilled that he'll frequently switch to mouse and keyboard and still place top 3 to 5 in Cash Cups. And if you want proof of his insane mechanics, take a look at this clip right here from a stream he did a few days ago on mouse and keyboard. So a pretty interesting contrast there compared to the first clip you saw of him on controller. And it just goes to show how unique of a player Unknown is. When he's on mouse and keyboard, he plays more flashy and twitchy like the guys we briefly mentioned earlier, but then when he's on controller, it's kinda like he's a totally different player. Now, probably the best aspect of Unknown's mechanics on controller is his aim. As I've mentioned before, he still uses legacy aim assist and settings, and trust me when I say this, there probably isn't a controller player out there right now that's better at abusing legacy aim assist than Unknown is. Now, I know some people may kinda roll their eyes at that, and I do get it, but at the end of the day, it's still a skill, and it's a huge reason why Unknown's aim is so ridiculously good. Just take a look at these two short clips to see that in action.
Focus Avery's guy.
We can isolate him.
60 white, knocked him.
Nice,
Alright,
nice.
take your time.
Getting
I'll get the
here,
finish. I'll get the finish.
I got it.
Alright.
Focus these guys, right here.
Go with them, Avery, go.
I'm coming. I have 1 minute. We
You're
need
getting hit by stormtroopers.
They're getting hit by storm surge. Knocked one, knocked another one.
Nice.
Knocked another one. Alright. Okay, at this point, it's just like, that's just unfair, bro. That's just unfair. Bro, at this point, it's just like...
So you could tell even in that second clip that even he was impressed by his aim in that situation. And for the people out there that are about to comment, oh, his aim's only good because of aim assist, he's actually trash, here's just one example of him doing pretty much the same exact thing on mouse and keyboard.
That's that finished. I just killed him.
But aim alone doesn't make somebody a top player. It's a good first step, don't get me wrong, but I truly believe that if you're strictly talking about overall controller mechanics, there are actually other competitive players out there more talented than Unknown Army. So another aspect of his game that really stands out to me are some of the situational high IQ plays that he makes. In the first clip I showcased in this video, you saw that sick 200 IQ play where he placed a trap on the ground and then made two enemies fall onto it. That's a play that, at least in my opinion, 99% of players wouldn't even consider trying. So here are two other quick examples of similar high IQ plays that Unknown has recently executed in live game situations.
Like, you just got outplayed. You just got 3 million IQ'd. I don't think this kid has any mats.
Oh my god.
The first clip you saw there really was a quote-unquote 3 million IQ play like Unknown himself described it as. It was just an insane example of understanding how the structure mechanics in this game work and taking advantage of them to surprise the enemy. In the second clip, it was probably a bit less obvious what he did that was smart, so let me try to break it down. He called out that he knew the enemy under him was very likely out of materials. So instead of just shooting him from the current position of high ground he was on, or even worse, dropping down and taking a point-blank range fight, he instead built out a little more and then used a simple edit to give himself a perfect angle to shoot from that practically guaranteed he would win that fight. So if I were to summarize what in my opinion are the biggest strengths of Unknown as a controller player, it would be his aim, his ability to win 1v1 fights, how controlled he stays in chaotic situations, and his general fight IQ as a whole. But since nobody's perfect, I also want to point out an aspect of Unknown's game that I believe he could improve. Although I think his fight IQ and game sense is very high, his general game sense can be kind of lacking at times. I'll play a quick clip that I think showcases an example of that, and try to see if you can recognize what he kinda does wrong here.
Oh, I just got headshotted. I just got hit for 80. The way
34 below. It's fine. Where's the team that's at bridge?
They all the way there. They took the river. Wait, one's knocked. I'm trying to get to.
So in that clip, he was getting shot from a few different directions, and due to him not really being able to quickly recognize where the shots were actually coming from, he overexposed himself in some bad angles and ended up paying the price of roughly 100 total health. Now again, this is definitely a smaller issue that most of the time probably won't even end up mattering in the end, but I just thought I'd point this out to showcase that even the best players in the world have things they can work on and nobody's perfect. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. In case you didn't answer the question from the intro, I'll just repeat it again. Who do you think is the best controller Fortnite player in the world as of right now? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.